Welcome back, boys and some girls. Have you ever wondered what will happen if you would take the storytelling from Borderlands and the gameplay from Ratchet and Clank, and they created a child together, and somehow this child had less guns? Well, if you did, this is Akimbot. This is a review of the game, quite a short game. Enjoy. As always, the subject will be okay, so for the story, obviously big spoilers, boom, 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 skip to this time if you want to avoid the story. If you don't want to avoid the story, well, let's go. You're a criminal paying for your crimes by saving the world. I know it's a cliche of like you always save the world from whatever, and I just did a few weeks ago, I think. It was like 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, something like that. I did the review for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It's just the same story. Don't expect like anything crazy like that will blow your mind. It's good, it's funny, it's decent. Just you're a criminal again paying for your crimes by saving the world. You're going through time because there is some kind of a time travel thing. You're going back, you're going to the future, you're going back, just messing with a few things. It's getting so complex as the story like goes on, and the game doesn't even try to explain it. It's just like, even at some point they just get you to some weird crazy land, like you're fighting unicorns that shooting love at you and fighting like teddy bears, but they can't use the Care Bears, so they use cats, but they use the same thing. They basically run at you, they throw hearts and stuff. Just this, the whole place is insane, and you fight like a giant chicken at the end who is like everything was in your motherboard, just crazy. So don't try like to find a narrative in this game, okay? After you go through a whole journey doing whatever you just did, then obviously you get betrayed. It's so obvious even from the start. When I streamed it, I think the moment you get the mission, hey, you want to repent your crimes, go do that, like 2 minutes after I said it so in the stream, oh, he's going to be the main bad guy. It was so obvious.
Yes, a long time ago, Evilware served the algorithm. He was our greatest scientist. He spent years working to unlock the secret of time travel.
But
the secret is, you'll just be serving the algorithm, XC. You'll be serving the entire universe. Every robot living in peace under the algorithm, just like you could be. The choice is yours.
Come on, XE. If you won't do it for the money or
too
the
suspicious.
algorithm, then do it for, I don't know, the greater good. Friendship.
That doesn't matter. Just give me a solid reason to care about this.
Don't you get it?
It's suspicious. Too suspicious.
The entire universe.
If doing this means those bounties are off my head, I get my freedom, and you get off my back for the rest of eternity, then I'll do it. You just want this so-called artifact, right?
Yes,
Nothing
but
else?
he's not gonna do something good with it. I guarantee it.
Fine, but I don't work for you.
But it just happened as you expect. You bring him what you need, boom, he shoots you, and you're dead. You're not really dead, but you get revived later. But it was so like obvious. Still, it was quite funny. The characters are interesting. I'm not gonna obviously explain everything, but you get revived, and when you get revived, you need to, well, reset everything you did. And this is like the halfway point of the game, something like that. And this is where the game becomes like a trip. It's like you took something, you smoked something. Now everything starts to be crazy. You can some universes now. It's starting to become more of a universe, and so many portals and stuff. And you go there and you go here and past to the future. You go to the beach. You go to a space station. Then you go to fight a whole like infinite amount of bosses. Then you're like Machine Godzilla for a few minutes. Just it's crazy. But anyway, what you do here is you go get help from the guy you betrayed in the first half. The guy you defeated in the first half, and you took the power from and gave it to the other guy who betrayed you. Then you go get help from him. The best help you can get, right? The funny thing is, when you go to him and you rescue him from the prison because the other guy imprisoned him, then he tells you, oh yeah, I don't betray other people. I'm not like that guy. I just want to get revenge on him. And what happens at the end? he betrays you. Yes. This is just the most obvious, but it's fun. It's funny. I'm skipping straight to the end because it's all the same. You just go through something. I don't want to like spoil every single thing that's gonna happen. I'm not gonna explain everything. Basically, at the end, both of those guys fight against you. They go, hey, let's do it together, like for all time's sake. And then they both fight you. It's an interesting, quite easy fight. Nothing too crazy, just them juggling you. You fight this one, you fight this one. If you try to focus on one, then you're gonna lose. If you do whatever they tell you, like fight the guy that's in your face, you're gonna win, no problem. You don't even need to try. You finish the fight, blah blah blah, happy ever after. You go off to the sunset, you're a hero, the end. Now the important part here is, I didn't just say at the start that the game is a child from Borderlands and Ratchet & Clank, because the storytelling is very much like Borderlands. The main character beside you, you're Exy, and there is also Chipset, which is like Claptrap for this game. It has the same voice, he does the same things, he gets you into trouble by acting dumb and just speaking nonsense all the time, yapping to no end, just speaking to no end. It's the same character basically, with all the likes and dislikes attached. Okay, now let's go to the gameplay. For the gameplay, I have to say this game is first a platformer and then a shooter. So don't expect like crazy amount of enemies, endless enemies coming in waves, and you constantly vaulting over stuff and shooting. That's not gonna happen. This is mostly a platformer game. You do the same, a few puzzles, just get reskinned a bit. You get like different environments, but you do the same thing basically. You use a thing, it opens something, either it moves something and then you go to the next place, or you jump on a few stuff, then you get one point and you move on. That's it. Nothing really like crazy like that. And while I'm speaking on the platforming stuff, let's speak about the exploration stuff. There is no really reason to do that unless you want like the lore stuff that you get, the collectibles. Beside that, you don't get anything else. No like money or upgrades or anything like that. Just lore stuff. So if you don't care about that, you don't need to explore. It's a very linear game. Now let's get to the progression systems. There are not a ton of them. There is basically just one or maybe two, I guess I should, maybe two. Let's say two. Progression system one, which is the one I'm not sure if you should even call it a progression system, is as you do more and more chapters in the game, you get new weapons, up to 4. You get an assault rifle, sniper, rocket, and a minigun. And they all do exactly like you expect. Assault rifle, fast fire rate, not that high accuracy, but you're much more mobile. Sniper, high damage, high recoil, you know, the casual stuff. Rocket, boom boom, big explosion, and minigun, just lots of bullets, no accuracy. There is no like bullets science or anything, just point and click. You don't need to like aim seriously. And besides that, you also get special powers that they kind of transform your gun, but they don't specific to one gun. Once you use the power, you get like a special gun that uses that power. You have 4 of them. You have acid spit, laser beam, fighter pistols, and a rail gun, which I found to be the most damaging. So I use that for most of the game, for all of the game basically. And don't need to explain, again, all of them does the same things. Acid is acid, laser, and fire pistols. Beside that, there is no progression systems, like none. That's all you get. As I said, it's mostly a platformer, so don't expect any progression or whatever in here. Now, for more specific things about the gameplay, is I don't really like the interactive cutscene or on-rail segments, whatever you want to call them. When you get put in a ship, you get put in a vehicle, and you are told to drive. You can't even drive. You just do like up, down, right, left, and the game decides on your pace. Then you have to shoot, you have to avoid stuff, you know, the regular stuff. I really don't like it. The camera is your enemy in most of those. You can't see where you're shooting, you can't see where you're supposed to be driving, because the whole map mostly is like space, so it's like black, or there is fog, there are stuff, so you can't see where you're going, and the camera is behind you. You get like a colonoscopy cam, and then you get from above, and then from the super to the right, super to the left, and you never know how high or how low you can actually go. Then you get into the corner of the screen, and then you get like, well, stuck and get damaged or killed or whatever. Another thing I really didn't like is the ice level. There's a cool mechanic that when you are a lot near a fire, you get slowly, you get cold until you get like cold damage, well, for being too much in the cold. and you go to a fire, then you're cool. Sounds nice, but it very much discourages exploration. I found myself just wanting to go fast to the next fire, to finish the level as fast as possible, to not have to deal with this mechanic. I think it's cool when you think about it for a second, but when you really think about it, again, discourages in exploration. Now I have two specific stuff that are more mechanic-wise, kind of. There is a lizard enemy, and the hitbox, when like I say, from the chest and above, the hitbox doesn't really exist. You can headshot, you can chest shot. Once you hit like below that, then you're good. Especially when they do like the animation of shooting like a giant fireball on you, then that's it. You can't even hit like, I don't know, the stomach up. So yep. Second thing is kind of funny thing. The sniper recoil, every shot you do with the sniper just pushes you back, does not depend on where you shoot from. It depends on where your body is facing. So let's say your body is facing that way, but you shot your gun that way. What your brain says, you're gonna move that way. But nope, you're gonna move toward the way you shot from. Because it depends on where your body is facing. Doesn't matter where the gun is facing. That's the funny thing. Alright, for the visuals, pretty average, nothing crazy. It doesn't look bad, it doesn't look amazing. But if you ask me about the art style, ask me 1 year from now, what game is this? Show me like a tiny screenshot or whatever. I can recognize the game. You can see all the characters, everything in the game is made from shapes, like shapes. You can see it's like scrap robots. Just like you could recognize Borderlands from that drawn on kind of style, it's the same for this game. You can recognize the style, no problem. Even 5 years from now, I'll probably recognize the style. I want to add to that the overall kind of vibe you get, I don't like to use the word vibe, but I don't have a good word in my head right now. I'll use the word vibe. How you feel in the game in certain moments, you feel the emotion that I assume the game developer wanted you to like feel in those moments. If it's the ship set, which is the claptrap of this game, or the music, which was, I think, S rank, triple S rank. The music in this game was triple S rank. I was dancing. I think most of the game, I streamed more than half of it. I don't know, I streamed exactly to the half point where you get betrayed the first time. And I danced like non-stop. I just kept increasing the volume for the music and just kept enjoying it. Oh, it was so good. Go, 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 go. Oh, wait. This section needs to be played with the music maxed. I'm sorry to whoever's gonna come in while I'm doing this, but that's how it's gonna be. Not maxed because it's gonna make us... Anyway, you're not gonna be able to hear me much, so enjoy. For performance, I didn't have any real problems, no crashes, no frame drops, nothing. Again, I streamed, you could just look, I had no problems. I only had one problem, which a cutscene skipped itself. I had my head not on the keyboard, I didn't touch anything, but the cutscene just skipped, so I kind of didn't know what happened. Obviously, I pieced the story later from what happened, but I skipped like, I guess, 1 minute cutscene, something like that. I don't really know what happened. It was like a crucial point. But again, I pieced up the things together later on. Now to summarize things, my personal opinion, 6.5. It's a decent game. Don't expect anything that's crazy unexpected. Don't expect, I don't know what, like genre defining new features or anything. It's a game. You go in, you play, just, I don't know, if you have $20 to spare and a day you can spare, just binge the game and have an enjoyable time. Oh, and for your knowledge, it took me 17 hours to complete the game, and I have done a thorough search of every environment in the game. I went back and forth, I stayed a bit, I went here, there. Again, I was streaming, so I went to eat, I went to pee for a second, so, you know, stuff. It's not like exactly 17 hours of gameplay, it's gonna be, I guess, like 15 or something like that. And with that said, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, thank you. If you didn't, you wasted a few minutes, not too much. That's it. Keep it safe. Till the next one. Bye-bye.